Ra. So basically, we are together, self-existing sun, which is action. No, a galactic sun. No, self-existing sun because we're cosmic eagle, self-existing serpent together. Eagle, which is
sun,
15. Serpent is 5. 5 and 15 is 20. 20 is a how or sun, which is enlightenment, and he's got 13 cosmic plus 4 is back to 4 again because it's 13. So our whole on the third thing between us here is basically action plan for enlightenment, right? So this is basically far away. This is an alchemical idea for
a new version, alchemical version of Zodiac Alchemy. Usually have the different elements.
Let's turn this one off a bit because we're going to need that.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's better. Right, okay.
So, alternative way of relating to the Zodiac. This is actually a level of this that I've just added on now. It starts at the top,
right,
which is basing off the 12 and the 13.
Yeah. And
the 12 and the 13 fit into the 19 by being every 3 or a triple spiral, you have 2 12s and a 13. So you got 2 12s and 13. That factors into the 19-year cycle because you have 12, 12, 13, 12, 12, 13.
So that's the 19-year metanoic cycle, which is actually 18.5.
No, it's the flower of life and time. It's 19 years.
Yeah, 19 years.
There's other ones closer, which is the
flower
18
of life,
and all
which is on the front of the UCT passport.
I'm anchoring it with the basics.
Right.
I'm trying to simplify as much as possible.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, so there's 19 here, which is the mixture, the alchemy of 12 and 13, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the 12 and 13 come in. 12, left brain, masculine, logical, even. 1 0 1 0 1 0. Right brain, intuitive, feminine. 13. Whereas this is knowledge, this is wisdom. Yeah. And this is like 1 0 1 1 2 3 5. It's natural frequency. It's not 1 0 1 0. It's the Fibonacci.
Yeah.
Right. This is the organic. This is the geometric. This is the analog. This is the digital. And in the middle, you have the alchemy. Right. Which is the understanding, of the alchemy of the masculine and the feminine, the 12 and 13 that fit into the triple spiral that fits into the 19-year cycle, which is the alchemy of the flower life and time. Right? Over here, you got the swastika because it's the 4-based one, whereas this is the triple spiral, this is the quadruple spiral, which is the 4-year cycle, which is the leap day, which produces in its first instance 33. Diamond Matrix, which is the 19 and the 33, which is what we've just been talking about, where the 1933 in the beginning of the Federal Reserve, blah blah blah.
Yes.
When they try to take over infinity.
Yes.
Which is now being neutralized in a matter of weeks, because it's like the 9th of March, a couple of weeks this year.
Yeah.
And it's a total solar eclipse, which is the 7th of.
Where is the solar eclipse viewable from?
I need to check.
This is 9th of March 2016.
Yeah, 9th of March 2016, which is the 7th eclipse, where you have 3.
So it's the 24th of February today, isn't it?
With 2 blood moons sandwiched between them.
Yeah.
Which until there's the 4 blood moons, and they only focused on the 4 blood moons, and they didn't talk about the solar eclipses that sandwiched them, right?
Right.
So everybody was focusing on the 4 blood moons, and I was like, well, it's not just that, and no, it's not just that, and this is this and this.
Yes.
And the middle point of that was when I first released my book, which is the total solar eclipse of last year, which I saw here and videoed and took loads of pictures of, and there's a big smiley face in the sky.
Wow.
Yeah? Big smiley face in the sky.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, so that's the basics of the fundamentals of this.
Yeah.
And just recently I've added the signs. Okay?
Yeah.
Right?
So the signs then are the fixed signs, which is...
The fixed signs is the geometric.
Yeah.
Yeah? The mutable signs, the changing signs is organic.
Yeah.
And the cardinal signs is the mixture of the two together, which is the alchemy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay? So starting here, you go 1, 2, 3,
so Isaac Newton and myself, in fact.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So naturally, the place to put the 13th one is here, yeah?
Yes.
Which then adds another level to it, makes it 5, which is the phi ratio, which is the fucking pentagram, which is, again, odd numbers. 7.
So explain that again then. So 1, 4, 7, 10, 13 is...
Yeah. There's 5 signs here. Usually there's 4 of each, but this is 5 because it includes the 13th sign.
Which is?
Which is a ficus.
Oh, ficus. Sorry,
which
yes,
is the staff
ficus,
and the serpent.
Okay,
right. So this is the 13th sign, which then means there's 5 of them here.
Yes.
Right. which is the pentagram, which is the phi ratio.
Phi as in
As in-
PHI, yeah?
Yeah, as in like the natural Fibonacci.
Yes.
Yeah.
E log.
Or sorry, the 1.618. Sorry.
The E log.
Yeah. Not the Fibonacci. The
The E log. Yeah, phi as opposed to pi. So the phi,
the pentagram.
the phi symbol is that
yeah,
with
which
a
is
line.
Venus and like.
So the phi symbol would be like a line through there with two square.
Yeah,
two-
but it still anchors the cube as well because the cube is the 6 plus the 1 in the center, right? Whereas that's the 12 on the outside.
So
Because
then,
again, as well, the other thing is there are 7 of the 13-year things in the 19, whereas there's 12 of 12 of the
12 of 24, you mean?
no, the 24 is the number of hours in the day. 12, there's in the 19-year cycle there's 12 years of 12 and 7 years of 13.
Yes.
So even the numbers that factor into how they are still matching up, right?
Right.
This is the logical one, 12, 24. This is the odd number, 7, 13.
Right.
Yeah.
So then the proposal is to have this as the foundation of a new form of, or as a new old form
this is a
of
doorway.
currency. Yeah?
Well, yeah.
Well, but basically, this is basically the basis for an exchange medium which brings about harmony. Because what we need to do is to appeal to the arms dealers
Well, that's
and the
neutralising the
weapons
Federal
specialists.
Reserve
Yes,
stuff, right?
it's a neutralisation of the permanent war economy. Yeah? So it's like,
That's,
so basically that's what we require because there's so many more gold asteroids out there. We need a stable deck from which to mine.
We're not
So
talking
talking
about-
to the miners as
We're
well.
not talking about the
Space miners.
expanding universe model. We're talking about the plasma universe
Yes.
model. The expanding universe model is the percentage sign of always wanting more, which separates the rich from the poor with a dividing line, right?
Yeah.
The plasma universe is the two dots joined together as one with a line,
Yes.
which is focusing on surplus, not on profit. It's focusing on surplus, which is to say what's left after everyone has enough.
Yes.
If there's enough for everybody, then whatever's left over is preserved for when you need it.
Yes.
Whereas this is basically just profit tax for the rich
Yeah.
to serve their expanding bank accounts. It's just their percentage.
Yeah.
They're always after the percentage, man.
Yeah.
Right? Fractional reserve
Bottom line
lending.
big, as my guy would say. in Canada.
Fractional reserve lending.
Yeah.
They anchored that in the States in the year 1933, right?
Right.
So we're neutralizing this. It's happening.
Excellent.
I mean, it's just happening.
Good. So
That's
all we
what
need now is for Christine and various other people to come on board, and we're off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your Sagittarius in the sidereal, whereas your Capricorn in the Earth-based one.
Well, it's tough at the top of the zodiac as well. I say Christine, of course, is a Capricorn too. She's not a real Capricorn. She's first deacon ruler, whereas I'm like determination. But we can fit her in. It's the overall sign. But I mean, basically, what we need is
So
someone
you've
with
got-
serious clout to actually
got your
sign off on this
crossfade-
and get it going.
You got your crossfader going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You got your
Crossfader meaning.
Well, you got your crossfaders as in like this is a spectrum of existence.
Right.
These are your
As in sort of psytrance
Well,
type.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it alchemized, right? So like we're bringing in different symbologies.
Well, that's what I'm doing, of course.
We're
I'm
having fun with
I'm
it.
attempting to get to arrive, as it were, here, so that I can then finance this side of it, crossfader
Well,
wise,
that's the thing, right?
to make the
So
alchemy.
that if you look at it, this
This is the proper
this
alchemy
whole
of
side of
finance.
it
George
in our
Soros,
society
George Soros wrote the alchemy of
missing.
finance, right? So, yeah.
This is all missing.
No, I realise that.
Yeah.
So when
This is the reality
yes,
that we
so
actually
when
live
I think
in,
George
that
George
everybody thinks
Soros
is real.
wrote the alchemy
This
of
is all the
finance.
rest.
Listen, George Soros wrote a book called The Alchemy of Finance. But what he was doing is this side only. So it's not true alchemy because it's just the 1260 or the 1224, which is as we see, the digital, as opposed to the true alchemy, which is the digital and the analog, which is the mixture of the 1224 and the 713. So the 713 is 7 days of the week, and then 13 units in each solar rotation, as in each rotation of the Earth around the Sun. So 13 suns, 13 moons, 13 months, 13 months, 13, which is the hardest one for the accountants to get their heads around until they realise it's actually much easier than a 12. 12 looks easier initially, but 13 is much more easy in terms of, because 13 is 364 plus 1 day out of time, an intercalary day, which at the moment for the Gregorian calendar is the December 31st, the Joker Day. That's in the
No, it's not. It's February 20.
and
February.
in the Gregorian calendar, the day out of time is New Year's Eve because.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is, because that is the Joker Day, the 0 day. Yeah. So basically, the Joker Day, people born on the Joker Day, like for example, my friend Unas, who's Russian military. He's like he's a Joker. He can be what he wants, right? So it's like
is it actually the Joker Day?
it's the Joker Day. You can't say anything about it, right? So the first day of the year, the 1st of January, is the King of Spades, which is technically the most powerful card in the deck. But actually, the Joker's more powerful in the sense that he can be any card he wants. So it's like, but anyway, that's a 50,000-year wide Atlantean stroke Lemurian playing card system, which underlies the 4th dimensional order of time within the Gregorian. Because the Gregorian calendar is just one overlay, isn't it? So that the whole thing is built, stepwise, one on top of the other. So what you're not doing is you're not reinventing the wheel in the calendrics here. You're just observing what is, and then bringing together all of it. Yeah, which is truly alchemy.
Which is the resolution of duality, right?
Resolution of duality.
Which is rod. Which is the rod.
Right.
Yeah. Whoever's rod. I can't remember whatever the thing is, but it's the rod of Ra Cyrus at the moment.
Yes,
it's the rod, right?
All hail the great Ra. Well, yes, that's right. Excellent. I think that's enough. That gives us a bit of a. Yeah. That's something. That's 5,125 years into the future. There.
Oh, that's. Yeah.
Well, actually, so your calendar.
I'd love to discuss this more, Lee.
Well, indeed, yes. Well, go on. Just quickly though, then. So your calendar is what is 33/8 is the leap year.
8/33.
So how many more times accurate is it than the Gregorian calendar?
Well, no, the 8/33 is the average.
Yeah.
A 20,000-year cycle is centered over 0 BC AD. Yeah. Right. Which some people associate with the Christ frequency because it's the diamond matrix, which is the Vesica Pisces, which is why he's always showing the Vesica Pisces.
Yes.
Right?
But the Christ frequency is just a meta tag for the understanding that the
28,000-year
period centers over what? Over the...
Well, 10,000 BC, 10,000 AD, the average length of the year is 8/33 is the fraction to add to 365. So you got 365.2424242424. Yeah. Which again is, if you look over here, 2012, 24 is 24242424, which is exactly the same thing. Yes. Right? So anyway, that was the beginning of understanding the time technology frequencies, but it expanded into like this book. And this book's got lots of stuff in it, but towards the end you should have... Oh. We have them here somewhere. Here we are. So this is all based off of this. From this grew out of this. Yes. And this is the 62-year subfractal, and then
this is your book, isn't it? Called
this is like the crescendo of my book with the 372 and the 391 timelines. Yeah. So these are like, I've mapped these over the 20,000-year cycle, shown that the formulas fit.
This is a result of massive spreadsheet work.
But again, look at this on a macro scale. 3, 7, and 2, 3 plus 7 plus 2 is 12. 3, 9, 1, 3 plus 9 plus 1 is 13. So again, on a macro scale, you have the 12 and the 13. Yeah? As in, which is proving the nature of reality as being a fractal, as in self-similarity across scale. Yes. Because here we're talking about 20,000
Because we're never going to get to fractal
with just 20 years.
Yes, the point is that a fractal is not just digital. A fractal is the alchemy between digital and analog, isn't it? So you need an analog-digital alchemy to create a fractal.
Yes, that fluctuates and dances around this perfection.
So basically, by having a financial system based on cosmological knowledge, as in temporal cosmological knowledge, in time, basically, proper time as a natural time, which is an alchemy of organic and digital, then we can have a species that is basically functioning on a planet that is basically semi-permanent or even permanent. We can conserve our biosphere.
It's just in harmony with the universe.
Rather than going bust.
Look at this. These are all the different cultures that have apparently awareness of this. Because this is the 19-year cycle. Every single one of these cultures has historical evidence showing that they were aware of it. Yes. And when did they ever talk to each other about it? When did they ever discuss the fact that it's actually related to the flower of life? And then you have all these different places in the world. All these different places and crop circles and various different ancient temples and everything, and they've all got the flower life on them, but they don't talk about what's the flower life, and it's time-space continuum. Yeah. It's this 19-year cycle. It's the rod. It's the alchemy of the whole thing.
Yeah. No, good, excellent. Yeah. Wow, I think that's a wrap.